Hello, welcome back. This is Kenji1913 and we're Let's Playing Legacy of Kain, Defiance. In the last episode, we got the third piece of the balance emblem, the lightning piece. And now we are heading over back to the area where Kain got the, where he can put in a piece of the balance emblem so he can get further into the vampire Citadel. And of course there are wraiths all over the place, because they've got nothing better to do but bother the hell out of Kain. Because they're assholes. They're jerks. They're big jerks. Alright, no, we don't want to go this way. There's a spot around here with the balance emblem where we can put in the third piece. Where is it? Where is it? Hope it's this way. That'd be lovely. No, this is we can't go until we get the whole shebang. But if we keep going this way, I believe there's a spot. Right there, you see it? Right here.
A new area of the vampire citadel lay open. I still had much to discover.
Yes, you did. And now we're going to head back to Raziel as we head into Vorador's mansion, which is sort of like... I guess this is... Well, I'll go into it after we're done here.
Nestled deep in the Black Forest, Vorador had once held court over a private kingdom, as decadent as it was depraved. Now, all was still. I hoped I had not arrived too late.
Alright, so this is Vorador's manor, and now, I want to say this is after Kain, obviously Kain came in Blood Omen 1 and met him. Okay, and obviously we must be either, let's see if we can go through the door. No, can't go through the front door. And it looks like we're gonna have to fight two vampire statues as Raziel. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I want to say this is after Kain came and got Vorador's ring and you know, used him to beat Malik, the conflict guardian. And then this must be after all that. Maybe while Kain's like going to Dark Eden or something. Or even Avernus people, I'm not sure. But that was the Air Reaver. And look what they're doing when they even yell, they're breaking Vorador's thing. So yeah, this must be the other side of the mansion that Kain didn't explore, the fancier side. Because if you remember Vorador's mansion in the first game, it was very, very different than what this is going to be. Oh man, look. They broke a balcony over there. So now we can actually, we really can't do anything right now. We gotta just go up. Get some souls. Come over here. Now this place can be very, I just want to see about the battle experience there. But anyways, this place can be very, very, very confusing, and it's sort of long. We're going to be backtracking in a lot of spots. And now we can actually go into the spectral realm and get through this thing. And look, magically you just go through it like that. But as you can see on the ground over here, I don't know what that is. It might be like Vorador's symbol or something, I don't know. I wouldn't call it his crest, but if you look over here, he's actually got a statue right there. Which is pretty cool. I mean, why wouldn't you have a statue in your own home? And of course, Vorador has wall-to-wall carpeting. Well, that's what he does. Alright, that's what he does. And look, there's a statue that's singularly animated. Hilden shit. Yes. These guys here are the Hilden, if I haven't mentioned it before. That's what's happening here. So let's use the Air Reaver to show you the cool stuff that you can do with the Air Reaver. Here's what I think. Alright. When you're charged up here, bam, look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Anyways, here's what I think. Okay, I think Raziel's Reavers can get charged up a little faster than Kain's. Just due to the fact that, oh, look at all this pretty stuff. Just due to the fact that Kain, he doesn't have as many things that he can do with his Reaver. Raziel's got a bunch. Anyways, look at that picture. Doesn't that look like a guy that kind of looks like Raziel? Maybe we'll learn more. Hey, look, here's a picture of something. What the hell is that? Is that vampires or something? Anyways, I want to go back here quickly. Yeah, Vorador must have really paid quite a bit for that. And look, there's a picture of Vorador, and on the ground there's a snake eating itself. Or a dragon or whatever. Remember this for later. Anyways, let's go through the main hall here. Now, if you remember, there were two doors that were blocked off by the Hilden thing. We can actually go in either or, it doesn't really matter. They're both going to lead to the same area. So let's go through the door here, because it's closer. Yeah, Vorador, he's got some carpeting, that's pretty nice. You know. He's definitely like, you know, when the vampires ruled the earth and Vorador was making his mansion, he must have many vampire craftsmen working very hard, diligently, to make him all of this carpet. Because it's nice, it's really nice. They did a good job. And now poor Vorador, you know what's going to happen to him. He's not going to survive. But at least his mansion is pretty nice. And yeah, this is what the powered up Reaver looks like. The powered up Air Reaver, basically, when you hit him, it sends him in like a flurry, like a tornado hits him. Die, Hilden, die. Oh, and I'm going to show you a cool way that you can kill Hilden. Because later on, they're going to get more nasty. So I'm going to show you a pretty sweet way to do it. Anyways, if you come over here, you hit this switch. And look, some sconces or whatever came out. So you know what you got to do? Oh no, you got to do it quick. Alright, you got to light the sconces. That one is not lit. That one's lit. And this one is lit. Now we can go in there. Into the main room. Where most of the stuff is going to be happening.
This pool seemed related to the portals which had transported me into the vampire ruins, but its surface was disturbed by the spouting of these gargoyles.
Yep, so basically, we gotta stop these, things from spouting water so we can go into that thing, I guess. And as you saw, there was a picture of someone, sort of dude, and a water symbol. Alright, now we need to go up. Oh, we can use this. Whee!
These gargoyles were effigies of the vampire's enemies. In the corresponding murals, they were impaled by heroic vampire warriors. Perhaps this was a clue.
Yep, so apparently those are the Hilden, and they're spraying water. And as you can see, these are vampire ladies. Well, some of them are vampire ladies. But actually, the thing is, yeah, so, okay, so let me just, you can go in either door you want. You can go in the one that we just passed, or you can go in the fire one. It doesn't really matter, but which two you go in first. We're going to start here. Anyways, the vampires, this is a theory by some people who like Legacy of Kain, you know, the fans and whatnot. They think that these three artifacts that we're going to be getting, or these three things that we're going to be getting, well, hold on.
This mural was similar to one I had seen before in the fountain room.
Yeah, that wall, the lady killing what looks to be the Hilden is right there. Okay, so anyways, some of the fans believe that these three things are okay. Yeah, damn it, I'm trying to show off. We'll have time to talk about it, but let's see if I can. Well, I'll show it again. What you have to do to kill some Hilden. See how there's spikes up on the wall here? You can actually knock them up and then use a DK ability while they're up in the air and push them into the spikes, and that will instantly kill them. And that will be actually a fairly good build thing to do later on when we have to deal with stronger and crazier enemies. But yeah, there was a Hilden there, and he had like, well, I'll show. There'll be more. Anyway, so these are supposed to be. So you're just gonna look at it. Okay, so the game kind of gives you a clue there. Now we gotta fight these a-holes. Anyways, so basically the fans of the game were thinking that this must be like the three parts of Raziel's life. Like these vampire things, and these are the three parts of Raziel's life. One, him being a Seraphan, and him being a Seraphan, and you know, his human life. And then when he was a vampire with Kain. And then when he was a wraith. As you can see, there's a door over here. Can't get in there yet. Maybe we can come back later. Anyways, let's keep going down here. There's souls in a well. But yeah, yeah, supposedly these are supposed to symbolize his life, or his three phases of his life. But actually, I mean, they could, but the vampire people must have gotten it wrong because you know, Raziel's not a lady.
This mysterious chamber was clearly significant. Perhaps I would finally find the elusive Vorador within.
Maybe we will. So, okay, so here we go. Let's fill this bad boy up with fire. And finish off these guys here, because we actually need fire to sort of kind of progress. Anyways, you see those guys with the things on their back? Those are new undead Hilden dudes. And they're a little tougher than, they take a couple more hits than the normal guys. Oh, you don't want to give away your soul, huh? And so now if we come over here, we can light all the braziers. Not like this. And we can't light them individually.
The braziers were all lit, but still the door remained sealed. Perhaps I had ignited too many.
Yeah, probably you did. I mean, I see these symbols over here, the blue ones. And you can't do nothing with them. You can't unignite them, or dampen them, or diminish them, or whatever. So anyways, we gotta go back up over here. Because we have to head towards, that window that they showed us when we came out into the garden area. I guess if you want to call this a garden. We must add a lot of vampires there to fixing this thing too, you know what I mean? Anyways, like I said, I'm going to be still fighting these enemies because Raziel hasn't learned his final thing yet. Which is also very similar to Kain, where his telekinesis is gonna be amplified, where he can kind of choke a guy out, and then you can throw him around. So. Burn. So yeah, so you see these images of vampires extinguishing this Hilden person, and Raziel, you know, he's thinking that he was the vampire hero. But maybe he's not. Who knows? We'll see. Man, you're still not dead. So yeah, we're gonna be collecting 3 of those. They're basically spears or whatnot. And yeah, there you go. You see what I did? I lifted him up and then I threw him into the spike, and he died. Kind of nice little throwback to like Soul Reaver 1. What the hell? Over here. What the hell? Did I just glitch? I glitched. Oh god, can't get out. Oh, thank you. Anyways, what you want to do here, alright, is something very stupid. But what you want to do is just walk straight. Because as the camera angle changes around that circle, if you just walk straight in a straight path, it won't be so confusing. Like that camera angle, it looks cool, cinematic-wise, but it sucks. Anyways, we've broken this window and we're coming over here, and we will continue to search for all those things in the next episode. Bye-bye.